So hey guys, this is a new video, and as you can see, I have Nagato here, reanimated, fully leveled up and everything. Well, I don't think I leveled him up fully. Yeah, he's level 85. So here's the thing. Originally, I made a video, and honestly, it was a good, 15? No, a good half hour long. And I just made the video. I talked about everything I could possibly talk about Nagato. And sure, there were some bad moments, like I sneezed a lot. I had just woken up. My nose was stuffy, and, just overall, usual stuff, basically. And so, but I was willing to let it go because I thought, okay, I have a decent video here. I don't think anybody would mind too much. And as I was making the video, I finished. I thought, okay, great. I'm gonna check it out. Close the video, close the app. I said my goodbye. Said the usual outro or whatever you want to call it. And just as I close it to access, just to end the video, just as I go to close the program, it says that an error has happened and that my what's it called? That my video was corrupted. So now this is like the second take basically. But yeah, half an hour of me just speaking into the phone and, this just gone, like obliterated. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. But yeah, so let's start out. So this is Nagato. As you can see, he is reanimated. So he has three stages, four stages. So his initial stage, which is Nagato Uzumaki, and from Nagato Uzumaki to the Outer Path Nagato, what you need is 60 Nagato's kunai. I'll explain some of Nagato's history. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers in there, so when I do that, I'm going to probably, put something in the description, and I'll also give a warning before I start speaking about his story. After Outer Path Nagato, you need Deep Belief for the Heavenly Life Technique Nagato. And after Deep Belief, you need 60 Reanimated Container Nagato. So, honestly, the easiest to get would actually be the Outer Path Nagato. You only need 60 kunai, and though I have like 90 right now just from recharging. So those are fairly easy to get. The ones that are a lot harder to get, in my opinion, are the Heavenly Life and Technique Nagato, which need 60 Deep Belief. Now, the Deep Belief, you have to get it either by recharging or by doing the event trial, which is 30 gold each. 30 stamina each. You have to do it. You have to beat it, and so and so. Oh, yeah, I got a message from PVT. Yeah, I got Nagato. Thanks. Shout out to PVT syrup. I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing. But yeah, so after that, you get Reanimated Nagato, and to get Reanimated Nagato, you need 60 reanimation containers, which it's not easy to get. I'll be completely honest. You do have to be able to beat this Nagato, and this Nagato is OP as all hell. But it's doable. I mean, you know. So weird. Why isn't he dying? Like, this is so strange. Well, you have a tank now up against Nagato. If you use Nagato against Nagato, I guess. But, yeah. As I was saying, sorry, I got distracted. So, yeah, you need to beat that guy like a million times because it's not exactly a rare drop, but it's not a common drop either. It took me right around 7,000 stamina just to get all of the containers needed. So, if you can do it, I did. And I now have a reanimated Nagato. So, benefits to having this Nagato. Well, first of all, the biggest benefit in my eyes, at the very least, as you can see here, collections. No, not collections. As you can see here for the latest notice, the reanimated Nagato. If you have him at Reanimated Nagato, you're gonna get 15k gold as a reward. As you can see, for the outer path Nagato, you get Big Tokichi times 20, Refine Back times 20, and Akatsuki's Cloak. Decent rewards, I guess. I mean, nothing too big. Now, some sort of Heavenly Life technique Nagato gets 5,000 gold, and then after that, Reanimated Nagato gets 10,000 gold. So in total, you would get 15k worth of gold. Not exactly for free, but he's not hard to train if you are strong enough, basically. And so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get 15k gold. That's why I want him. But if you do have a Itachi, Inazagi Itachi, you can pair him up with in the collections, and you can get the two people encounter. He is actually the bonuses, as far as I can tell, are really good. So I mean, it's a collection reward, so I'd recommend doing it. I think I'm gonna get Itachi Inazagi the next time that there's an event for Itachi. Just gonna save up the gold and just go get Inazagi Itachi basically. But anyways, apart from that, me speaking. Yeah, this is Reanimated Nagato. Now he has 3 bloodlines. He gets all of his bloodlines at some sort of Heavenly Life Nagato. Um, but he doesn't get any new bloodlines at Reanimated Nagato. As you can see, they are Chakra Stick Puppet, Renengan, and Renengan Nagato Uzumaki. Now the Renengan gives you 5,000 HP, Chakra Stick Puppet gives you 10,000 HP, and finally Renengan Nagato Uzumaki gives you 12k HP. You have, he can go up to level 90, which this is actually pretty cool because if you think about it, no matter what, he's going to get a decent amount of HP. I'm going to go ahead and open up all his bloodlines right now. Yeah, I mean, he's a good tank, I suppose. I mean, taijutsu damage will just destroy him, but, any sort of ninjutsu damage, he's fine. He does have 2 skills. He has the active skill, which is, I can't quite remember its name, but I'll show it in a second. And he has a passive skill, which is called, Heavenly Life. Yeah, Heavenly Life skills book. You only need the base Nagato. No, actually, you need, the outer path Nagato. No. Do you need? No, you need some sort of Heavenly Life Nagato for this skill. What it does is releases Heavenly Life with probability after a normal attack, so you attack normally, and then it releases this. Revive dead allies and immune to debuff and massive damage for 1 round. The massive damage, I would assume that it's from skill damage, not just damage in general. Rebirth HP depends on skill level. Each ally can only revive once. Every time release a skill, this ninja will lose 25% of max HP. Increase after equip, 7,000 HP. 7,900 HP plus 120 per level. Ninjutsu attack 1,900 plus 120 per level. And ninjutsu defense 10,900 plus 520 per level. Now to get this passive, you actually need to consume 20,000 gold. I'm obviously not going to do that. I only have 8,000 gold. And he does have some items. He has the Nagato's Black Rod. He has the Chakra Receiver Manifestation. I think those are the only 2 items he has at the moment. Both of them can go to tier 4. And I know that they give him a very big bonus, especially when they're at tier 4. But to get all of his items, you do have to consume at the very least a good 30k. Which is actually quite a lot if you think about it. I personally don't know the tier 3 refining material for the Nagato's Black Rod. But for the Chakra Receiver Manifestation, I would assume that the tier 3 refining material is actually... Oh no. This is the tier 3... Oh, I don't know what the refining material for the Chakra Receiver Manifestation is then. But yeah, this is the active skill. It's called 5 Seal Barrier Skill Book. Renengan Nagato Uzumaki times 1. Renengan times 1. Chakra Stick Puppet times 4. Ayla is immune to debuff for 1 round, and everyone can block 1 to 3 skill damage. Enhance all allies' massive ninjutsu defense, and weaken all enemies' massive ninjutsu attack for 1 round. It seems like it's a very powerful skill. I mean, I'd use it if I could get it. Let's see, what else. Yeah, he has quite a few skills. So the first skill that he has, it's called Gale Palm. As far as I can see, it's not very powerful. But what it does have an effect called knock flying. Now, what knock flying does is just kind of stuns the enemy for 1 round. Um, as you can see here, he doesn't attack for 1 round and just goes at it, I guess. So just with some ninjutsu attack, which I would assume is yeah, with 51k ninjutsu attack at level 1, that skill gives you 150k damage. Now the Renengan doesn't actually do anything. All it does is heal Nagato. Actually, as you can see here, we're gonna go over here. Renengan just boosts his dodge and that's it. Nothing else really. Just boosts his dodge, ninjutsu defense, and also heals him. I don't know what the little icons are for, to be honest, but yeah. You get this in the Outer Path skill. I would assume it's a good skill to have if you need a defense guy. Now, what the Nine Phantom Dragon does, it doesn't deal any damage, but it does seal them. Seal the front row enemies. And Restrain Chakra effect lasts for 3 rounds. This is 100% seal as far as I can tell. We're going to go over here to Confession now. Almighty Push. As you can see, he seals the front row. No matter what they do, they are sealed. And we're just going to go ahead and skip that. I'm going to go down here, not capture line. But we're going to go to the Tilt Beast. And he's actually useful for the Tilt Beast as a sealer. As you just saw, he sealed them. It's good. 9 Phantom Dragons, that's what that does. 6 Path of Pain. This is a strange one because it deals ninjutsu damage to front row enemies and release 6 Path of Pain skill. Release Rebirth buff for own. Instantly revive in 2 rounds. Front row enemies cannot move for 2 rounds and decrease their chakra recovery for 3 rounds. Needs to hit. With probability to see all enemies for 2 rounds. Huh. Let's see how it goes. I mean, as you saw, he used this skill and he just kind of tanked it. It drops the enemy's ninjutsu attack and other stuff too, so I mean, that's pretty cool. And it just kind of makes him into a tank, basically, for ninjutsu as far as I can tell. He doesn't take, well, he takes very little damage. To put it into perspective, should I do this with any other card? I'm going to go ahead and put in Sasuke in there. The Super Shado Tensei just obliterates the card. But for whatever reason, Nagato doesn't. He just hangs that like a champ. I think it's because of the skill. But yeah, it's a good tanking skill, as far as I can tell. For ninjutsu defense, at the very least, not ninjutsu attack. But yeah, that's that's Nagato. And, Now, he can be useful. He's actually very, very powerful if you think about it. He will eventually go to gold. As far as I know, I've seen some of the Chinese servers cards. This one does go to gold eventually. So this is probably why they gave us so many rewards here for the recharging. Because I would assume that they were going to debut Nagato, not as reanimated. Well, they were, but eventually it's going to be debuted as gold. So you obviously need 7 cards to train up Nagato up to that stage, and well, it costs money to do so, and that's why they gave us so many rewards for Nagato, because that's what we need to train him up. Now, here's the thing: is he good? Like I said, he is actually very good. He's just not powerful when it comes to ninjutsu attack, and even then, that can be debated because of the 6 paths pain. He can deal some damage, that should be obvious, but without his items, he's still a good card, but he's not truly, truly powerful. Now, as you can see here, I'm going to do Almighty Push, and yeah, he has the ability to stun everybody, essentially, which is just amazing if you think about it, but yeah, I mean, it's weird. Oh, this little icon, that's the one that revives him. He doesn't have enough damage right now to actually kill the 6 Path of Pain. But, yeah. Now, I'm gonna start to get into his history. So let's see. Spoiler warnings, I guess. This is actually gonna be a good part of the video and such. But yeah. So Nagato Uzumaki, he's a very integral character. He strange to put it because he wasn't exactly a villain. So right before I go on, spoilers, I guess. If I remember anything that I'm supposed to say, I'll say it right after I'm done with his history. But yeah. So Nagato, he is Nagato Uzumaki, and just because of that, because of him being Uzumaki, in some ways that just makes him special. Hmm. It's kind of hard to explain because Nagato Uzumaki is he's many people. He is the sixth path of pain. He is the child of prophecy. It's he has a very rich background in the anime and in the manga. Now Nagato Uzumaki, when he was younger, he was born in the land of rain. Now the Uzumaki, for you to understand why it's so important that he's Uzumaki, you have to understand some of the history behind the Naruto verse, I guess, the anime and the manga. The Uzumaki are brother clan to the Senju. Now, the Senju and the Uchiha are the two main clans. They were derived from the Sage of Six Paths. Now, the Sage of Six Paths is the man who created the ninjutsu, the everything about the ninja way. In some ways, that's inaccurate, but for now, that will do. So what happens is that since he's Uzumaki, he has red hair. The Uzumaki used to be a village. The thing about that is that a lot of the three of the four great villages they teamed up basically to destroy the Uzumaki village. The Uzumaki village was destroyed, and a lot of its inhabitants were just like either killed or they were scattered around the world. Now Nagato Uzumaki, his mother was an Uzumaki, as far as I can tell from the manga or anime. I can't remember if it was manga or the anime, but his mother was a Uzumaki. She had the same red hair. They went into the land of rain. Now, the land of rain is special because it's central. It's in the middle of all the five great villages. Now, this is both. No, this is bad. Very, very bad. Because whenever one of the great villages goes to war with another, they use the land of rain as their war grounds. They don't actually want any sort of war in their actual place. They want to fight somewhere else where it doesn't affect them that badly. And the place that they in general choose is the land of rain because it's right in the middle of them. Now Nagato was born. Well, I'm not quite sure if he was born, but he was raised in the land of water. I mean, in the land of rain, and so he was. Since he was there, during the Second Shinobi World War. I think it's the Second Shinobi World War. No, during the Third Shinobi World War. Uh, the Leaf Village was fighting against somebody else, and two Leaf Shinobi or ninjas they went into his house and they were arguing with his parents. Something went down, and in the end, his parents were killed by the Leaf Ninjas. The problem being is that Nagato kind of just lost it. He saw his parents being murdered and just went into like this insane rage, kind of blacked out. And when he came to, the two ninjas were dead, and he had his eyes as they are now. Now, what's so special about his eyes is that it's the Renengan. Now, the Renengan is a bloodline inside the manga, and it's not just any bloodline, it's a bloodline of the Sage of Six Paths, which makes it an extremely powerful bloodline. It has a lot of skills, abilities, and whatnot. So this just makes them very, very important, very special, I guess. Now, Nagato didn't realize this, that he had the Renengan, but he was homeless, and as the war came to an end, Jiraiya and no, as the war came to an end, he found Conan, which is this guy, well, this girl right here. He found Conan, and he found Yahiko, which is now known as the Diva Path. His body, at least, and they found each other as they were kids, and they kind of just stuck together because of a dog, if I remember correctly. So as they stuck together, what happened is that they stumbled across Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru as they were leaving the village, I do believe. or the land. And what happened is that Orochimaru said we should probably kill these orphans because they could come back and trouble us later. Uh, Tsunade, I'm not quite sure what she said, but I don't think it was very important. But Jiraiya said no, I'm going to train them so they can protect themselves. Now the reason Jiraiya did this is because he saw Nagato's eyes, and he realized that these eyes were the Sage's Six Paths eyes, and he thought, this is a child of prophecy. Now, the child of prophecy goes into more with Jiraiya, because Jiraiya is a Toad Sage. And since he has a contract with the Toads, he has access to the Toad Elder, or the Toad Elder Sage, I suppose you can call him, which is this guy right here. Toad Sage, this guy. And the Toad Sage, he made a prophecy that eventually one of Jiraiya's students would either save the world or destroy it. And Jiraiya, being Jiraiya, is very optimistic in some ways, and thought that this boy Nagato is gonna be the child of prophecy. He's gonna be the one to save the world and bring about true peace, which is what was Jiraiya's dream. And so he trained all three of them. He was their mentor, I do believe, for 2 years. Their sensei, basically a father figure, I guess, because keep in mind that they were orphans. They had nobody. And so he trained them, and then after some time he left. And yeah, this is where you have this first skin. This is Nagato as just Nagato in the Land of Rain. Now, after some time, Nagato and Yahiko and Conan saw that it was really messed up in the Land of Rain because of Hanzo. Now, Hanzo was basically the dictator in the Land of Rain. He was the ultimate power. He was judge, jury, and prosecutor, executioner, something like that. Judge, jury, and executioner. Yeah, he was all three of those in that place. So it was kind of hurting the land, I do believe. They wanted to stop the war because they did believe in Jiraiya's dream of peace. And so what happened is that they formed the Akatsuki. Now, the Akatsuki originally wasn't this big bad organization made up of S-rank criminals. It was just an organization for peace, basically, in the Lands of Rain. Now, normally this wouldn't be anything really, but Hanzo, as he grew older, he started to get paranoid. He saw it as as a threat to his rule. So I suppose he invited them. I'm not quite sure on the details. It's been quite some time since I looked up this sort of stuff. But I guess they set up a meeting together, and the problem is that he planned to double cross them and kill them all. Now, to do this, he actually enlisted the help of Root. Now, Root is actually made up of Danzo, and the Root Shinobi, Anbu Shinobi. And they paired up and they tried to kill them, these guys. So this is Hanzo. That's Reanimated. This is Hanzo. As you can see, that's Hanzo. And sorry, takes quite some time to say all this. And so yeah, Hanzo and Danzo, their names rhyme. Hanzo and Danzo paired up, and they were gonna destroy this group, the Akatsuki. And everything seemed to go well for them, which means that everything was going bad for Nagato. Now, for you to understand this, what happened next is that keep in mind the relationship between these three characters, between Conan, Yahiko, and Nagato. They were essentially, I guess you could say, brother and sisters, because, well, they lived through everything together, essentially. When they were younger, they cared for each other, and yeah, they were the best friends, I guess you could say. But the thing is that when the attack happened, they captured Conan. Now, when they captured Conan, Hanzo gave Nagato a choice. Either you kill Yahiko with your kunai, or Conan dies. And Nagato couldn't make this choice. He was always a soft person, I guess. He wasn't bad. He wasn't too strong. He was just like a soft person. He actually thought that Yahiko would be the one to bring about peace, and he'd be the one to help him. But it would be Yahiko who would spearhead it. Now what happened is that Yahiko threw himself on Nagato's kunai, which is why you have Nagato's kunai be a training material for the outer path Nagato. That actually does make a lot of sense because Yahiko threw himself on the kunai and died essentially in Nagato's arms. Now the pain and the rage of Yahiko dying kind of just broke Nagato inside for some time. He went a little bit crazy. He kind of had that blackout moment, but he didn't black out. He summoned the Gandu statue, which is actually this thing over here. This thing over here. Uh, yeah, you see the thing right there? He summoned it. He's the one who originally brought it. And since he summoned it, well, once it was out, you know, since he summoned it, it kind of just threw like chakra rod in his back, which is why you see all that stuff in his back of his in his back essentially. So yeah, he just went insane and killed everybody, which is the best way I can put it. But and so when that happened, he stopped being Nagato eventually. He just turned into pain, which is what you have with the Diva Path, Six Path of Pains. Now, before all of this happened, Toby, which was Obito, he disguised himself as Madara, came up to them and offered them to fix this cursed world. He offered them the plan of taking all the tailed beasts and turning it into one giant weapon. Um, Now Yahiko wasn't on board with that, and well, he didn't want to join Obito or Madara as he called himself at the time. But after Yahiko died and Nagato saved Konan, Nagato was basically emancipated. He lost his legs, well, messed up his legs really badly, and yeah, just had those chakra rods stuck into his back by the statue because he summoned it. Now the thing is that because of all of that, like all of that damage to his psyche and all and such, Obito came up once again and he offered them let's join up together, let's create the Akatsuki into this giant organization that would track down the tailed beast. And Nagato agreed. Like I said, he went from being Nagato into pain because to him, his understanding, the only way that anybody would understand each other, like humans would understand each other, is through pain. He started to believe himself and believe himself to be a god. And yeah, he became the leader of the organization. Konan was with him throughout this whole time. She joined the Akatsuki with him and, well, stayed in the Akatsuki because, like I said, Akatsuki originally was just a group of looking for peace and in the Land of Rain. Now it's this S-class organization. And so eventually, when it comes to Naruto Shippuden, or Naruto the manga, I guess, eventually eventually Jiraiya, actually, he figured out that the main leaders weren't inside the Land of Rain. And when he found this out, because he was investigating the Akatsuki to try to find out how they recruited such like high level members, like such powerful members. What was the Akatsuki about? What did they want? Because at the time they were very secretive. And so what happened is that he infiltrated the Land of Water. Now Nagato, using the forms of pain, path and all of that, he fought Nagato and he died. He lost. He actually originally thought that the Diva Path was actually Nagato, was actually Yahiko, but he kept on asking, "Where's Nagato?" But no, it was Nagato controlling Yahiko, or at least his dead body. And so Nagato killed Jiraiya, and yeah, it just moved on. Story moves along. And so what happened is that he eventually wanted to get the Nine Tails because it was one of the few tailed beasts that they still hadn't gotten. And so when he went after Naruto, he fought Naruto in his sage mode. Naruto was able to overpower all of the six paths of pain with the help of the Nine Tails. Keep in mind that this was unwilling help. This was the Nine Tails trying to break out, but that's a story for another time, basically. Um, and so during the fight, Nagato and Naruto had their wills clashing. One said that the only way that they could understand each other was through pain, and the other didn't have an answer yet as to how he was going to bring about to true peace. And so, as they fought, after Nagato lost, Nagato saw that he started to believe in Naruto. He believed in Naruto and that he could be the one to find the answer to true peace. And so what happened is that Nagato, as the battle came to an end, as he was tired, as he was, basically defeated, he gained new hope. And what he did, because he did destroy the Leaf Village and killed a lot of people, he went ahead and revived them. That was one of the powers of the Rinnegan. And he used the Rinnegan to revive all of the villagers and all of the ninja from the Leaf Village that he just recently killed. Problem is that this would kill him. Conan, she said she didn't want to do this, but he said no, I'm going to do this, and he did do that. And once again, the story progresses. Naruto grows up a little bit and such. The story moves on. But the thing is that since Nagato's eyes were so special, Obito wanted them. Later, before that, he was known as Madara or Tobi. But Obito wanted them, and he wanted those eyes. Now, what Conan did after Nagato died, she went ahead and hid his body. She made a little temple for his body, and just laid him to rest there. But Obito wanted those eyes, and Obito attacked Conan and basically killed her, and took the information and just got Nagato's eyes. Now, later on in the story, when Obito starts the Fourth Shinobi World War, this is where Reanimated Nagato comes in. Kabuto Kushi, he learned how to do the reanimation jutsu. And so he reanimated all of the dead Kages, a lot of people, and one of the reanimated people that he reanimated was actually Nagato, and he reanimated Nagato. And as Naruto was traveling with Killer Bee, the Eight-Tails Jinchuriki, as he was traveling with Killer Bee, he encountered Itachi and Nagato. Now, Nagato and Naruto and Killer Bee fought. Itachi eventually broke free of Kabuto's control and fought against Nagato, but this should give you an idea of just how powerful Nagato is. It took the combined efforts of Itachi, Killer Bee, which is the Eight-Tails Jinchuriki, and Naruto to take down Nagato when he was essentially fully healed. Because remember, he had to use the Sixth Path of Pains because his legs were basically not working, and he had a bunch of rods stuck into his back. Now that he was reanimated, as he fought Naruto, he absorbed some of the Nine-Tails chakra and basically healed his body. And since he was the original body, he was Nagato himself, he was able to use all of the Sixth Path individually and just was able to take down Naruto fairly easily. It was only thanks to Killer Bees and later on Itachi's help that they were even able to defeat Nagato. Now, Nagato was sealed into the Sword of Tosca by Itachi after they defeated him. But as he left, he said something along the lines of Jiraiya being the first book, Nagato being the failure, the second book, and Naruto being the third book, which would be greater than the two previous books. And yeah, he was sealed away, and that was it, as far as I can remember when it came to Nagato. So yeah, that was Nagato's history. Sorry if it seemed long-winded. Sorry if it seemed kind of boring. But yeah, he's a very integral character to the Naruto universe, I guess. And yeah, he was insanely powerful. And if you think about it, even as a purple card here in the game, he is actually rather powerful. Keep in mind, he can seal. He can revive the other team. He can block damage just by his active. He can do a bunch of stuff, and I know some players actually have him at like 1.8 million CP just with his items and other items included. But yeah, I mean, he's a very powerful card. So that's about it for the spoilers. Now, ways to use Nagato. How can you use him? You can use him as a tank, as you just saw here, against his own self, basically. Once he uses Six Path of Pain, he was immune to ninjutsu damage, basically. The only reason Nagato can't be killed is because, well, yeah, he can't be killed. Like, I mean, he just tanks ninjutsu damage. Doesn't matter what you do to him when it comes to ninjutsu damage. Now, if it's taijutsu damage, that's a whole different story. But either way, he can, tank. He can deal some damage also, and he has a lot of special effects when you have his items. But I don't have his items, so I can't showcase them, unfortunately. You can also use him as a sealer if you think about it, because of the Phantom Dragons. The main Phantom Dragon, what it does, like it said, it seals. It's 100% seal, by the way. It will always seal the front row. Even though it doesn't do any damage, you can actually use them against the tailed beasts, such as the eight tails, in your team to seal him up. Whenever you fight him, as you can see, you can put him there, and he will seal the eight tails. Yeah, you could do a lot of stuff with him, but he also has a decent amount of CP, 900k CP, as you can see. And yeah, I mean, he has his uses, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like I said, eventually he will go to gold. But that's hopefully far away from now, because I kind of want to get Itachi first and then someday work on Gold Nagato. And I made the mistake of opening this again, because when you open it twice in a row, or sometimes when you open collections, it freezes the game. And it'll just stay stuck in loading. So yeah, I mean, I think that's about it when it comes to Nagato. I'm fairly sure I've covered everything I could cover when it comes to his history and his past. I think I covered how you can use him. His active skill does seem like it's very, very powerful, because it does block a lot of damage. As you can see, it's got block 1, 2, 3 skill damage. So I mean, also reduces debuffs. He has the ability to revive his teammates with his passives. Obviously, this is going to cost a lot of gold to get if you do it by consumption, but I mean, the rewards are nice. It's 15k gold. And honestly, he only costed me $60, $64 in total. So I mean, I'd say it was a good deal. So yeah, that's Nagato. I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna be talking about Naruto tomorrow, because tomorrow's more than likely gonna be the Naruto event with Hinata. So keep that in mind. I've been looking through here, and as far as I can see, there is no new. Oh hey, there's Gentle Step, Twin Lion Fist. As you can see, deal Taiju's damage for all enemies after must kill. And blow out from row enemies for 2 rounds after equipped. Increase 10,000k HP, 915 per level. Taijutsu 3,500 plus 615 per level. Ninjutsu defense 3,500 plus 445 per level. Byakugan times 3. Taijutsu expertise times 2. Lightning release times 2. So I mean, there is that. There's also protection of the 8 trigrams, 64 palms, make your own team immune to debuff, and physical damage for 1 round. Taijutsu Master times 3, Byakugan times 4. It seems like it's going to be for Hinata or Neji. More than likely Hinata, because as far as I know, Neji never does go over purple card form. I don't know whether there will be a new skill for Naruto. I can't tell at the moment, because I don't think that there is. But there may be. Reincarnation, Asura Path. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is that for Naruto. Well, Naruto already does have his passive, which is the Shadow Clone, multi-Shadow Clone technique. What it does, it releases 1 to 6 Shadow Clones. Each clone can increase ninjutsu attack by 35%, only once. What this means is that it will only release this passive once for the whole time, but the shadow clones are permanent until death. Increase after equip, HP 5,400 plus 870 per level, hit 6,270 per level plus 270 per level. Hit 6,000 plus 270 per level. Ninjutsu attack 6,000 plus 370 per level. And you need nature times 4 and wind release times 2. So that's nice. And yeah, there's also Rasen Shuriken, which is his level 90 active. Ninetales times 2, Sage times 2, Sage Art Wind times 2. Deal massive ninjutsu damage to single target and continuously bleed until the target dies. At the same time, can deal all enemies bleed for 3 rounds. So, I mean, that's nice. Yeah, as far as I can tell, that's about it for this video. So, see you tomorrow with a Naruto showcase, I guess. I'll talk about the Sora skin and all that. So yeah, leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you don't. Tell me what you think in the comments about the history of Nagato. Did I do it right? Did I miss something? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think I spoke too much? Was it too long? Was it too short? Was I not clear enough? Yeah, things like that. Any sort of like, advice would help. Also another thing, yeah, leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you don't. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video, hopefully. So yeah, that's about it.